Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nutrition Nuts, where we explore the latest information on nutritional science, wellness trends, and information on cutting-edge supplements. This is where you will hear experts in clinical nutrition, healthcare practitioners, researchers, and supplement industry experts discussing today's most important healthcare issues. I'm your host, Dr. Phil Pappas. I'm a certified clinical nutritionist, cognitive researcher, and psychologist. We would like to thank our sponsor, Holly Hill Health Foods and HollyHillVitamins.com, the place for great selection, service, and great pricing. Use coupon code NUTZ, that's N-U-T-Z, for 15% off, and remember, restrictions may apply. Welcome to our podcast today. Today we have a guest, Bill Pallett, who's our go-to guy when it comes to the Holly Hill brand vitamins. So I'm going to ask Bill if you'd give us a little information about yourself, and then we're going to start discussing some products that you guys make that are just amazing. So Bill, go ahead, tell us.
Sure. Thank you, Dr. Phil. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I'm a 35-year veteran of the natural foods industry, particularly targeting nutritional supplements in the natural arena. I've been with Reliance Private Label Company for 23 years now. I have a certification in sports nutrition. I've studied holistic medicine. I've studied homeopathy. I've been a guest in many various venues. I've been involved with Reliance in marketing, product development, regional territory management. And I pride myself on seeing this industry from all different types of aspects and dedicated to the industry to provide and support wellness for the general public.
And of course, Reliance is an amazingly big and really important company, isn't it?
Yes, we're actually the number one private label manufacturer in the health food arena throughout the United States. We actually make some national brands, which is a credit to our manufacturing expertise. Reliance has been around for 50 years, and we've just seen phenomenal growth. We've supported this industry from the inside out. We are totally certified as a industry manufacturer. We have all of the highest grade manufacturing certifications that is available. We even rival the efficaciousness of drug manufacturing.
Yes, I noticed you also have some techniques that other companies don't have. That fermentation process is pretty remarkable. Well, maybe we'll talk about some of those products.
Sure, fermentation process. Everything that we do is extremely verifiable. From getting the raw materials in to the production, we're consistently testing the materials individually and then in combination products with the efficacy of the combination products, so nothing is getting degraded or overpowered in the manufacturing process. And even after that, our products are retested again and again. You have one spot certifications by the biggest certifying agencies in the natural industry.
Great. Now, I invited you here today because we want to talk about some specific products that Holly Hill's selling that you guys are doing. I know you're promoting some anti-aging product, and one of those products is something I'm using every day now for the last 2 months, and that's creatine. And I just want to tell you, I can run faster and jump higher. And I'm not kidding. I mean, I really have improved my output and my workouts. So why don't we start with those products in particular?
Well, creatine has always been known as an athletic performance product. However, it's gaining immense popularity for the overall population, not only for athletes, but also for the aging population. So creatine is wonderful in increasing physical or promoting physical endurance, work capacity during exercise, recovery, promoting lean body mass. But creatine now is going beyond that. Research in creatine is going beyond that, and it provides ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate, which is the fuel of every cell in your body, the energy that's produced from the cells. Is also now or the application of creatine is being used for neurological problems, people with fibromyalgia, MS, autoimmune system diseases. It actually helps strengthen the musculoskeletal system, the nervous system in general, increasing the viability and the protection of ADP and cell membranes. So creatine just isn't for athletes. It's basically for anybody who wants to lead an active, productive life. And you don't have to be a weightlifter or a world-class athlete to use it. It could just be your daily routine, your physical, output that you do in your normal lifestyle. But creatine now is widely popular. If you're an athlete, you might want to load a certain dosage to make sure you're getting the optimal performance level. But for the average person, 5 or 10 grams of creatine a day is absolutely wonderful for just overall energy, cellular energy. If you, God forbid, you have a neurological problem, it'll actually act as support, for the neurological pathways in the body. It's also being studied for mental and cognitive ability for the aging and people who are subject to dementia or Alzheimer's or have a propensity or a gene pool in their family, for those problems.
Well, I'm a cognitive researcher. I've been doing that since 1999. And I read the studies on aging and cognitive ability. Those studies, however, were mostly for aging, which is wonderful because
we all age.
Yeah, we all age. So that's good. But you know what? I also started giving creatine as my kind of routinely for my ADHD kids. So I guess one thing I would love to ask you, which would help me as a practitioner,
Sure.
is what's the right dose?
Well, for an athlete, you might want to go up to 50 grams a day, maybe once or twice for a loading dosage. But for an average person who just wants to enhance their overall vitality, they're concerned about lean muscle mass, neurological function, and also recovery from any physical activity they might be doing, but they're not world-class athletes. 5 to 10 grams is a wonderful dosage. It's very safe. High dosages of creatine way back in the past, in the late 90s, early 2000s, were subjected to controversy because you have to hydrate, to flush the creatine out of your system. But at 5 to 10 grams, you don't have to load or hydrate or get off the product. It's not, derogatory to any kidney function. It's something that will assimilate in the body and be used up and support, neuromuscular activity and cognitive ability and neurological health.
So if I give 5 grams to a 8 or 10-year-old, I'm probably okay. Am I right?
Yes, exactly. And it would be good to possibly even split that 5 grams. 5 grams should be fine. I can't say, I'm not a medical doctor to say that's, support that dosage, but that should be fine. But for parents, depending on the body weight of the child or the adolescent, you might want to divide the 5 grams into maybe 2 applications a day.
Sure.
But at that age, at a young age, under 8 years old, I don't believe they really need the creatine at that point. Their bodies are growing, their energy production is strong, unless they have a neurological problem.
Well, I'm experimenting, and a lot of people know me from my ADHD days at the hospital, running a clinic for that. So anything that can help, obviously, I'm going to give it a try. So I think the creatine thing, the studies are pretty remarkable. So I think that it's something that people should be thinking more about. And I can see why it fits in with your anti-aging and fitness. But you have other products that you've introduced under that category. So why don't you tell us about, well, I know we have pre-workout formula on the shelf and it's selling well.
Sure.
Tell us a little about that one.
So that's a unique product that we recently have come out with. And the pre-workout formula is not just a pre-workout formula. It is probably the best pre, during, and post-workout formula that I've ever been associated with. It helps with overall performance. It helps increase the threshold to get through that, the pain threshold, during a workout. It increases cardiovascular support. Also helps with focusing. Has an ingredient called uh, Infinity, which is a trademark ingredient, which actually has a caffeine effect, but with no jitters. So this way, your energy levels are stable during the workout. L-citrulline malate is in the product, and also beetroot, which enhances cardiovascular output, the production of nitric oxide. Also increases. It also has carnosine, which increases carnosine levels in the muscle, reducing fatigue and muscle stiffness. And also, as a all-in-one formulation, has a tremendous electrolyte support system as well. So this is a product that you could take before you work out, about 20 minutes, a half hour before you work out. It's liquid, so it gets right into your system. You mix it in any kind of liquid you like. It has like a pungent, sour taste to it, but it's very, 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 very good tasting product. You could put it in your water bottle and continue with the stabilization of the energy and the output of your physical activity during the workout. And then the electrolyte part of the product helps with recovery, which is very important for, regaining those vital electrolytes, the minerals that are depleted during the heavy sweating or the workout process.
Okay. So we got a good pre-workout product. I have to tell you, we're already got people using it.
Well, it tastes great, number one.
Yeah, everybody seems to be very happy with it.
And you notice it from day one. It's not something that you have to load in the body. From day one application, taking it, you'll notice a difference in the your endurance during your workout, your continual energy output during the workout, and also how quickly you recover as well.
Okay, so I can see why it goes nicely with the creatine.
Yes, absolutely. So that's a great 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
For anybody who's in the gym or just working out or on their own.
But you also have protein products that go along with these.
Well, protein, of course, it helps with, everything that has to do with keeping your muscle tissues active, growing. It helps with enhancing your workout. It's actually the fuel that enhances your muscle tissue. It also has amino acid structures which helps with recovery as well, especially your branched chain amino acids. So there's a number of products that you could take, Dr. Phil, for working out: creatine, the pre-workout sour surge, protein. There's other nutrients that are very effective to, without causing any kind of jitters or anything, increasing cardiovascular output. That's amino acid L-carnitine, coenzyme Q10, especially for older people, maybe the ubiquinol form of coenzyme Q10. And what that does, that just helps with proper heart function, handling the stress of the heart during workout, and will also help with recovery.
So we see a lot of people here with, and this is just a side part to this, but we see a lot of people here with the beginning or moderate congestive heart failure, serious congestive heart failure. We see them, but there's not much you can do when you get to that point. How do you feel about using something like this with congestive heart failure?
Well, in Japan, that was one of the therapies for congestive heart failure. And coenzyme Q10 actually strengthens the ventricle system, helps with blood viscosity. It also has anti-carcinogenic effects, for overall organ structure as well. And also an oxygenation, it helps with oxygenation of the bloodstream as well. So coenzyme Q10 is cardiovascular medicine in certain countries. In the United States, it's wonderful for people with congestive heart failure. I've had clients and I've seen people be very successful for toning down arrhythmias and other problems that having to do with congestive heart failure. But coenzyme Q10 is a nutrient that, if that runs in your family, predisposition, you want to start taking CoQ10 maybe by the time you're in your mid-30s, just to strengthen the heart. It helps with cardiovascular output. It's almost like a preventative for the deterioration of the heart muscle, blood flow, and other problems, AFib, things that can happen to the body.
You sound a little like the doctor selling statins to someone with high cholesterol. This is a preventive for
Yes.
more terrible things.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, Dr. Phil, the statins, coenzyme Q10 is produced naturally in the body. As you get older, your body cannot produce as much. So it's very important when you hit your late 30s, early 40s to start taking coenzyme Q10. As a matter of fact, for those people who have cholesterol or lipid problems and are on statin drugs, the statin drugs actually will deplete ATP out of the extremities of the body and CoQ10 plays a major factor in the production of ATP. So you really want to, especially if you're on statin drugs, to limit that effect of the aches and pains that is caused by the depletion of the statin drugs, of the body's ability to make CoQ10 and supplement CoQ10. And there's many physicians now who, when you take a statin drug, Lipitor, Mevacor, whatever it might be, the physicians now are recommending to take coenzyme Q10 to offset the aches and pains that happen in the joints, the ligaments, the muscle tissues, from the deterioration of CoQ10, which is caused by the statin drugs.
Doctors don't like the patients calling back saying, I'm having side effects. They don't like that. It makes them have to work twice as hard, and they want success. When they give you a statin, they want you to lower your cholesterol.
Exactly.
They don't want people calling in saying, this hurts, my legs hurt, my joints hurt. Well, take your CoQ10 with it and you're in good shape.
Yeah, it'll really limit that side effect of the statin drug.
I'm glad we brought that up.
Yes, me too.
I want to go, since we talked about creatine, you have a hydration product also, and you mentioned that if you're doing higher doses of creatine, you might need some more hydration than on an average.
Well, the average person needs hydration anyway. Yeah, I think studies have shown that up to 85% of the population, whether you work out or not, is suffering from some sort of dehydration problem. So getting those important electrolytes consistently in your body, especially if you're an active person, is very important. It's just going to make the production of ATP work in conjunction with nutrients like coenzyme Q10, creatine, just more effective, because as you hydrate, your energy production, your cellular health is going to increase. And also cleansing out, hydration will help cleanse out the different toxins that are associated with working out, taking in a lot of oxygen, free radicals, as well as the pollutants that we're exposed to. So we have a wonderful product. It's available in stick packs, which is very easy to carry.
People love them.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you travel to the gym, go to work, it's a product called Hydrate. There's 4 different flavors, which are all delicious. There's a berry, a tropical, a white peach, and a lemon lime. And these stick packs makes a very convenient application. You just open up the stick pack, put it in water or any beverage or juice, and just take it. It gets right into your system and supports your body's ability to compensate for the depletion during a busy day or exercise period of the important electrolytes that are really needed for so many different neurological, cardiovascular situations that happen from the result of dehydration. It's loaded with calcium, which helps with muscle contraction, magnesium, which is very good for the cardiovascular system, an important neurological micronutrient that is lacking in the normal American diet, potassium, sodium, chlorides, which are very important for proper cellular cleansing and cellular health, and keeping the neurological pathways open as possible. And also, too, the hydration product, now we're talking about exercise and nutritional supplements, for active people. Excuse me one second. The hydration problem the dehydration problem is major for seniors because of all the medication they take, destruction of microflora, the drying out of the tissues with the aging process, and also from the medications that they're taking. So even more so, you hit 50, 60 and beyond, hydration is so important for overall health and can help with so many different aspects, even mental and cognitive ability, because, when you're dehydrated, it affects the entire neurological
Sure.
system and affects all the cell membranes in the body.
And how many people start shrinking as they age?
Yes.
And those discs become, in your spine, become compressed. One of the things that can make them have a little more life is hydration.
Yes, the fluidity
Yes.
of keeping the proper moisture levels in the body, or as best as you can. So since we've launched this product, it's been wildly successful. Holly Hill features the product. It's been very successful for Holly Hill, who is a very important partner of Reliance private label supplements. And everybody needs to hydrate, period. And so that should be in everybody's cupboard. It should be a part of a daily routine, no matter what your wellness profile is. Hydration is so important.
Absolutely. Just to remind everybody, we're talking with Bill Pallett from Reliance, and they make our Holly Hill brand vitamins, which you can purchase on our website, or if you're near the store, you can come in and buy them. So, Bill, I want to move on to, you've been talking about hydration, and you did mention magnesium. Now, we sell amazing amounts of your magnesium. In fact, I use it myself. So tell us all about magnesium. Why is it such a good seller? Why is it so important?
Well, magnesium is an important trace mineral that is lacking in the normal American diet. Magnesium helps with many different aspects of the body, from helping with hypertension, brain cognitive ability, sleep patterns, stress, anxiety, blood pressure. It also helps with preventing arrhythmias and other effects of a impaired cardiovascular system. As a matter of fact, people who suffer from heart attacks, one of the first things they're given when they're rushed to the ER is magnesium, usually a shot of magnesium.
Well, guess what? I used to work for the company that made the crash cart injectables that you see in the emergency room. And the first thing on the crash cart is magnesium.
Yeah.
Because they see a lot of heart attacks in the emergency room.
Absolutely.
And crash carts throughout the hospital are the exact same setup. Everything has to be the same. And of course, I worked on the part of, can you read the label properly so that everybody knows how to use it and all, but every crash cart's the same. Magnesium is the first injectable that you reach for. So also, you mentioned with arrhythmias and all, but this is all part of the antispasmodic effect of magnesium.
Exactly.
So that goes for cardiac events as well as leg cramps, right?
Yeah, the restless legs at night. Usually, calcium magnesium is recommended for that. So Reliance makes two tremendous products associated with based on the magnesium products. One of our products is encapsulated magnesium glycinate, which is the most bioavailable form of magnesium. Magnesium, in certain dosages, when you get over 400 milligrams, in certain individuals who have stomach sensitivities, can cause loose stools. So you have to work your way, into getting your body used to it,
Yes.
tolerate it. However, taking a product like magnesium glycinate lowers that threshold to where you have any kind of gastric problems, and it's very well utilized by the body. And you would never know you're taking magnesium. It's not going to cause you to run to the bathroom or cause any stomach distress. But the bioavailability gets right into the muscle tissues, right into the neurological system, into the cardiovascular tissues. Very important for overall health. Anything dealing with muscle tissues, stress, stress, tension, cardiovascular, and also magnesium has been studied for its benefit for cognitive abilities for the brain. We also have a product which is in a stick pack, which is a highly absorbable form of magnesium citrate. It's coming from a company called Aquamins, which is highly studied, and it's in a stick pack similar to the hydrate formulation. And it's again, an easy application. You tear open a little sachet, put it in any liquid you'd like. It gets right into the system. And again, it supports relaxation, stress, nervousness, cardiovascular stability. And it also has in it, we put some amino acid theanine in there, which actually helps with
Yes.
relaxation and focus. So a wonderful product to take with to the office on trips, even to the gym to help relax the muscle tissue and help with recovery as part of the nutrient compound that's in a product
Mhm.
like the hydrate.
So you mentioned magnesium glycinate, which we sell bottles and bottles of, and you have the new product, which is a citrate. People come in and say, "What's the difference between citrate and glycinate? What are these things that we
Well,
attach the magnesium
yeah, well,
to?"
they're attached to the elemental magnesium. It's the carrier that gets into the bloodstream, into the cells of the body. Citrate has been long studied for its efficacy of being absorbed properly with minimal distress. Glycinate, in my mind, is a step above. It's even more bioavailable than citrate. It helps with everything that magnesium is supposed to do in the body, supporting all the neurological, cardiovascular, stress, nervousness, hypertension aspects of the body. So it's a preference for people. We use the citrate in the Magnacom, which is the stick pack we were talking about, only because glycinate is very bitter. Citrate isn't to use in a powder. So when we use the glycinate, it's in a tablet or a capsule. The citrate works very well, reacted
Goes
in
into
warm water.
solution easily,
Yeah,
is my guess,
exactly
right?
right. Yeah, yeah, and it promotes a non-taste issue.
Okay.
So
I think that's a great idea. People do ask for citrate. So we'll be using, I'm sure we're going to be selling more and more of this product. As we say, we sell a lot of the glycinate form. It's one of our big sellers, not just your big seller, but it's one of our big
uh,
sellers in the store. So two great products right there.
yes, and for people, we're going to be getting into the time of year where we fall back with the clocks and it gets darker early, and people have to adapt to that, which causes a certain amount of angst, anxiety, for adults and adolescents as well. So the magnesium is just great as a natural calmative, but it has so many great important aspects for neurological health as well that it'd be great to take every day, especially adapting to the darkness, as winter starts coming
Hmm.
in. And it's been a tremendous product for the entire industry, the glycinate. And I could, say it's recommended by many, many physicians out there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's important. Again, I want to remind our listeners we're listening to Bill Pallett from Reliance, and Reliance does make our store brand products, which you'll find on our website, and they're really big sellers. And your line covers everything. You could run a whole store just with your line.
Yes, and Holly Hill carries most of our private label
They
line,
do.
and
Yes.
Holly Hill has been a valued partner for over 25 years with Reliance.
Mhm.
We are thrilled that to work with Holly Hill and support Holly Hill and Holly Hill again. Their offerings, what they have, whether it be the private label and the other national brands, some of them that Reliance even makes, has been a real plus for this industry. And the thing I like about coming to Holly Hill, visiting Holly Hill and speaking to the Holly Hill personnel, including people like you, Dr. Phil, is the amount of information and education that you offer to your customers, which is very important. Because I always say, what good is taking a supplement if you don't know
Why?
how to take it, why
How?
you're taking
Yes.
it? And also, there's a lot of things that not everybody is built the same way, or their structure, or their habits, or their environments the same way. And Holly Hill is one of those rare places I found that actually can guide the customer to the proper application of the nutrient. Not only that, but brutally honest if they really need that nutrient, or maybe synergistically add it to something else that's going to help make that nutrient work better, but also maybe help with another aspect of a situation that they're dealing with.
Okay. Well, before I run out of time for this session, I want to discuss one more thing, which I think kind of goes with the workout products. And it's a product I personally use myself, and that's your collagen peptides. Tell us about
Sure.
collagen peptides. People are very confused by the word peptides.
Well, collagen is the most abundant form of protein in the body, and it traditionally is used for ligaments, joint health, tendons, but it goes way beyond that. Collagen is wonderful for the gut and also promotes the production of elastin in the body. And elastin is so important for oxygenation, the lung tissues. It helps with the opening and closing of the air sacs. That during COVID, not only is collagen a tremendous protein supplement, highly absorbable, and the different peptides involved with the different types of collagen cover so many aspects of the body, from gut to lung health to recuperation, recovery to ligament to ligament health, soreness, joint health, but also helps with the production or retention of ceramides in the skin, which gives you a supple, tighter skin effect. But the interesting thing about collagen that we found out during COVID is for people who have problems with their lungs, people who have asthma, COPD, or have been heavy smokers in the past, is that COVID had attacked. Basically, people ended up on respirators were those who had lung issues, and COVID and collagen, which supports the production of elastin, actually was a part of our protocol for COVID to keep the elastin production, which plays a major role in the health of the air sacs opening and closing for oxygenation intact. So
elastin sounds like elastic to me.
yeah. Well, basically, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
It keeps the suppleness of the air sacs and other aspects of the body. But and now that we're past COVID to some extent, people with COPD who have trouble getting enough oxygen in their lungs, collagen for that purpose alone is worthwhile taking, because it'll help with the health of the air sacs and the structure of the air sacs.
So if the alveoles are more flexible,
Exactly.
you're able to pump air in and out in a more effective way. And I'm sure it works in the bronchioles a little bit also.
Absolutely, yeah. And then there's other nutrients that, coming to a store like Holly Hill can recommend to take with the collagen, like L-glutathione or L-cysteine, which is very important for lung tissue detoxification of the body, but basically helping with that production, helping collagen with the production of elastin and the and the ability to oxygenate itself.
There's also maybe a little bit of a mucolytic effect when you have more movement in the lungs, so that you expectorate more debris, mucus.
Exactly. You're freeing your lung tissue. You will be bringing up or getting rid of the toxins, bringing them up, as an expectorant. You really want to have a clean pathway, so you get that proper oxygenation that the body needs and the proper health of your lung tissue.
And you said expectorant, which takes me right back to hydration.
Yes, exactly. It's all connected.
It's all connected, yes. And it's all connective tissue.
Yes.
But tell me the word peptides. That's where I think a lot of people get confused.
Well, peptides are the different proteins that are formed that are in the peptides are the parts of the protein of the collagen. So there's different types of peptides: type 1, type 2, type 3, type 5, type 10. That has to do with many aspects of the body, from lung health to ceramide production to gut health, actually helping with the mucosal lining of the gut, joint pain. There's so many different aspects of collagen. We have different types of collagen too. We have collagen that is bovine. We have collagen which is vegetarian, which is made from eggshell membranes, which is trademarked and highly studied. We also have a multi-source collagen, which comes from chicken, fish, eggshell membranes, bovine, which gives you all the different aspects of the peptides. But the most important peptides, or the parts of the protein of the collagen, is the type 1, type 2, and type 3. And usually that's the most prevalent in the bovine collagen structure.
So literally, the human race has survived, I don't know how many years, hundreds of thousands, really ingesting collagen.
Yes.
And it looks like this last couple of generations, we've moved away from collagen because of the way we eat. So now we're bringing it in and supplementing it.
Exactly. And the supplements that we provide are concentrated peptides of collagen.
Right. So,
So
you're
they have
really getting a
Yeah,
dose.
so you have a therapeutic dose. It's not just like eating a piece of meat or fish or eggs to get, the effect of those peptides
Mhm.
that are found naturally. When you extract a nutrient to a high percentage extract, or separate, certain nutrients to the active component of that nutrient, that is going to have a much better effect, more of a therapeutic effect than eating a lot of food, which
Mhm.
is almost impossible
To really
to
do that
consume,
level.
yeah,
Sure.
on a regular basis.
Okay. Excellent. So, I think we're out of time. So, we're going to say thank you, Bill. And please come back again. I want to mention that, in fact, any of these products that we talked about today are on the website, and please go to the website and you can order them. So, thank you, Bill, and
My
we will
pleasure.
see you soon.
Thank you, Dr. Phil.
Thanks to our loyal listeners, and thanks to our sponsor, Holly Hill Health Foods and HollyHillVitamins.com. Don't forget to use coupon code NUTZ, NUTZ, for 15% off. You can reach me with questions and comments at 215-361-7770. Until next time, this is Dr. Phil Pappas wishing you good health.